Also, what can we learn about illegal immigration from a children's book? It's a controversial one at that. You're watching Fox and Friends First, the best morning show on TV.
Yes. Coming up later in the show, Nextel Cup champion Jimmie Johnson. But first, a new children's book is raising eyebrows, but tackling a touchy subject of illegal immigration. Some immigrants' rights groups are calling the book anti-immigration, or outraged that of more since it was written by a judge. John H. Wilson serves as a judge in a criminal court in Brooklyn, New York. He's also the author of Hot House Flowers, a book on immigration. Thanks for joining us this morning, Judge.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. Thank you.
Now, you said you were looking for a book for your 4-year-old son to talk about big issues in a big way, but do you think in some ways you could alienate and give the wrong impression by calling immigrants weeds?
Not the intention at all, and I'm not calling immigrants weeds. The fallacy that a lot of people have in understanding this issue is that there's a big distinction between immigrants and illegal immigrants. And there's nothing in this book that's intended to be anti-immigration. We're a nation of immigrants. We are all, for the most part, immigrants to this country. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with immigration. So to portray me as being anti-immigration is a complete mistake.
Okay, well, let's just talk a little bit about the book's plot. It's a dandelion living on the outside of a hothouse who releases her seeds into the hothouse. What happens is those dandelion seeds then can grow, suck up all the water and the sunlight, and start to really affect the flowers already living there.
Yes.
So what is that in the imagery?
Well, the intention was more a universal allegory regarding defense of home and defense of country. Is there a parallel with the issue of illegal immigration? Of course there is, but the broader issues of the book are intended to be a universal story, something that could be read 100 years from now and apply to issues that may be facing the human race then, along with issues that we faced 100 years ago. It's not meant to be a book about a particular issue at this time.
Okay, but the ending of the book goes like this. It says that what happens is the flowers realize that they can't allow this to happen anymore. They use their roots and stems to push the dandelion seeds to the floor where they could not grow. After seeing the fate of her seeds, the dandelion stopped trying to send more into the hothouse.
Yes.
So if you applied that to this situation, what would happen to the illegals already in this country?
Well, many of them probably should be seeking legal counsel about seeking exit from the country, and many of the illegal immigrants, unfortunately, the biggest problem with illegal immigration now is that the folks are being exploited mercilessly, and that's where I see the largest problem. If you saw, there was recently the construction industry had a survey where there's been an increase in injuries to and fatalities to people involved in construction. That's a direct result of illegal immigration, and it's a terrible exploitation of these folks.
Well, we'll let people judge for themselves.
Yes, the book is called Hot House Flowers by Judge John H. Wilson, and it will provoke discussion.
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yes,
Tiki, great working with you today.
Likewise, as always.
And coming up on Fox and Friends, we're going to have the latest. The Pope arriving in Turkey and the